Hi, how you doing? If you've got one of these saws, then there's a few tips here that I'll give you. I've owned this saw for 10 years now. It's been fun sometimes, it's been a pain in the neck sometimes. You'll see. There's a number of things, and I'll give you the reasons why I do certain things, and there's some modifications you can make that will really help. So let's have a look at it. So here it is, the record power TS250-C. And that's the plate off the front there, and I generally don't have that way around. I'm a little bit naughty. I turn it the other way around so that it's not a distraction. You don't have to pull the sticker off, just turn the plate round. First tip. Right, the reason I'm messing with this at the moment, I've just put this back on, and I just thought I'd tell you what I've gone through. So I'd got the blade tilted over at about 22 degrees. And when you tilt the blade over to 22 degrees and then go back to 0, down here, inside there, there's two faces that come together. And as those faces come together, if there's any dust and dirt in there, what happens is it doesn't go meet exactly right. And then this pointer here, which you'll have probably had to set up yourself, won't go to 0. I have a toothbrush on a bit of string. The toothbrush is thinned down, it's cut down to very thin, so that I can go in there like that and brush those two faces to get it clean. Then I can wind it back. So this is the knob, the handle that you wind it, adjust the angle with. So I then wind it back to 0. But the reason I took it all apart today is because I'd only unscrewed this 1 or 2 turns. And it gets back to about here and it goes tight. So I started messing with it and seeing what was wrong with it and why isn't. And I'd cleaned it out so it wasn't that. And it was just this. Needs to be released about 3 turns or 4 turns. I don't know why. It's one of those things. While we're here, this was just a slot. And at the end of the slot, I drilled a hole there and I've drilled a hole there. This is so that I can put a vacuum cleaner in there. And I can get all the sawdust from inside this, because this is the track just here that sorts the angles out. And if it's full of dust, as I say, it can mess up. So that's the second bit. The third bit is make yourself one of those. It's a T-section, slides in and out, and it's great for if you want to put any auxiliary pieces on here. What else have I done? Oh. Down inside there, can we get in there? No. Down inside there you go. Just right in the centre of the picture now, there's a bolt. See the bolt coming down towards the bottom of the screen? That's a longer bolt. It's 10mm longer. And the reason I've done it 10mm longer is if you have to change the riving knife, just at the point of the riving knife coming out, the nut drops off. Which is absolutely ridiculous. You don't want the nut to drop off just at that point. You still want some more thread on it. So I've swapped it so that I can change the riving knife easy. But on this saw, the riving knife isn't easy to change. It's a pain in the neck. And that's why it's not back on there now. It takes me typically 40 minutes or so to change the riving knife. And it's through those 2 plates you're looking at, right in the middle of the screen. The one with the 2 tabs going upwards stays there, and then the one nearer the nut at the bottom of the screen, that one becomes loose, and then you can put the riving knife in there. It's got to be, I mean, it's a 10-year-old saw. I don't know how old the design was before that, but not friendly to work with. The other thing you can see here as well is I can, just in there, I cut all of, let's get you in. I cut all of this plastic away to get to all of that, because if you had to change, that's the nut for the riving knife. If you have to change it, I can do it from here. Whereas I'd had to take the table off and the top panel off that this slides on, just to get your hand into there. I mean, it's record. You guys, you need to learn how to design saws, you really do, because it's pretty horrendous. Anyhow, that's that. What else? I want to move this. The plastic thing on here breaks off, so almost don't bother. I'd leave that there. but don't bother with the big shut off thing, because inevitably as you walk past it one time it'll break off. I've left that there, and that's to sort of deflects me around it so that I don't accidentally. But the red button's deep enough, it's good enough. It's, let me show you what they normally use. They normally have these, and they're great when they're that high up and out the way. But because you've put it all down here, sticking it out like this, it's ridiculous, and you don't want it sticking out like that. Actually, what you want is you want that turned round to 90 degrees, and when you're using the saw, you want the button there. You're cutting in that direction, you're pushing in that direction. When you're cutting and then you have to feel around, and you're fiddling around down here because your plank's over there and you can't see it, you're all over the place looking for the button. So I don't like that. One of the days I will get a metal plate and I will turn this round so the on-off button's on the front where it needs to be. Then it won't stick so far into the room, then that cover won't get broken. This is a pet hate. If you've got any damp bits of wood and you leave them on, it can make them, it can go rusty quite quick. Look at that. That's only in the last couple of days. So I'll get, let me show you. This is a Gariflex block, and as you can see, a couple of seconds with that and you'll get rid of any rust. So you see that one there? Let's hold the camera still. See that one? Middle of the screen. So, take some Renaissance wax. Use that Renaissance wax for what it was bought for. Protect all your tools from moisture. So I find rubbing it in and then just going with the grain of the cast works well. So I'm going across the grain and then just with the grain. And hopefully that'll prevent a bit of rust the next time a bit of damp wood gets near it. Right, one last thing to show you. The last thing I want to show you is, if I just slide this in, is the mechanism that was here. This is the mechanism, and it goes on like that and it sits there. And you're supposed to lock this, unlock that one, move this one, but the problem is it's so close to this bar. That's the problem. That as you're doing it, you're hitting your knuckles and your fingernail and all sorts of things, and you don't really get a good purchase on it. So whilst they thought it was a clever idea, and it does sort of, if you watch that, it does move it. It's not worth the effort. Take it off. It's not worth the fiddling and the struggle to twist all of that. Don't bother. So what I've done is I've put it away, out the way, don't need it. Much easier to get used to doing it without. That's a faff. Another thing they could have done is when they did this, is sort out this panel fit so that it was a bit tighter, so that you don't lose air through it. And before, in the past, I've had tape over here and over there and in all sorts of places to help keep the dust down. So that's worth thinking about. Anyhow, bit of maintenance on the saw is a good thing, always worth doing. Toothbrush over there, push stick. Well, the push stick goes there, and if you look at it, 10 years I've had it, I've only caught it once. There we go. And that was in the last year. Just caught it the other few months ago. Used push sticks, they're great. Keep your fingers away from the pointy bits. Happy with that? I could just go over that. And before we finish, I just want to talk about safety. I always put the blade lower than the surface, and a good tip is to slide your fence over the top, lock it off, and that way, even if somebody switches it on by the plug or switches it on here, nobody can actually get into it, nobody can hurt themselves. They've actually got to do a few physical things to be able to get to it. So that's my advice. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, subscribe. Sharing will be great. And comments. Comments are fantastic. Comments make such a difference. If you comment, I will always reply, whatever the comment. And if we have a conversation, it helps with the algorithms. So I will always, a conversation is the best thing to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. What are you looking at? Honestly. Middle of the page there. Ah, I turn the wrong way. I turn the wrong way every time. How's that? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? But I've also got one made up ready to put a for cross cutting, for putting saws on, for putting for cutting. Yeah, can't see. Got it. Let alone environmentally friendly. Is that on?